Just motherfuckers. Here I am, sitting on my laptop, working. I've been awake since 6 in the morning. I only slept 4 hours last night. So I'm that kind of person. Sometimes I'm sitting on my fucking laptop, waiting for the AI machine mind to respond to me with a new code that I need to add for my fucking website deployment projects. I literally have a lot of projects that I'm working on currently. I'm gonna stick with one because I'm building a website for a boxing club in San Francisco now. So it's like a mock website. I literally generated the basic prototype from Figma. I got the code, and then I decided to literally use my fucking AI prompting skills in order for me to edit the code, put it, deploy it, integrate payment processing with it. So I'm still working on that shit now. So sometimes instead of working my fucking laptop, I get a snooze. You know, my mind just turns off while I'm waiting for the response. I'm waiting for 5 seconds. My eyes just start fucking flinching a little bit. I don't know if that is a verb or not. Doesn't matter. Stop blinking. Boom. I sleep for 7 seconds. And boom. Wake up. The response has been generated. Back to work. That's what I am. That's how I work. So it's been a long time since the last time I recorded a video in my room. So this is why I've been doing this shit. I did not forget about the goal, moving to San Francisco. Within 6 months from now, within April 2026, I should have traveled. No, that's a completely different thing. I must get to the point where I will have traveled to fucking San Francisco and settle there. I have to do that shit. Literally, this is the goal. In order for me to achieve that goal, I do not need to go and get fucking bombed in Ukraine. I do not need to go back to Syria. I do not need to go to Libya under the fucking firework. I do not need to experience any of that. All I need to literally do is sit on my fucking laptop and type. That's it. Go to the gym, book some class, and build this fucking lifestyle. But now I get asked this question all the time. But how are you gonna pay for your current activities? My current activities are like, they are sending money to my fucking family on a monthly basis. So around 120 euros I send to my mom each month. I have to do that shit because it's like more of a spiritual job than it is a financial duty or a financial expense that is dedicated to my family. So that's how I view it. That's how I look at it. To empower myself spiritually and please God. The whole point of my existence is pleasing Allah and making Him happy. Because I know that if I make God happy, it doesn't matter if I'm happy or not. A lot of men have this strange habit. They want to be happy all the time. But no, God does not want you to be happy. You should make God happy. It doesn't matter how you feel currently. As long as you're pleasing God, as long as God is happy with you, then you are gonna be guaranteed to live the best possible existence on the face of the planet. And that's exactly what matters to me personally. So anything else is garbage. Anything else is a lie. Talking about garbage and lies, I realized that we live in a false version of reality. Everything around you is fake. Where are the supercars? This is the real world. This is the actual existence that you should be experiencing in real time. So as I speak right now, there are people driving supercars and I'm not driving one. Once. Because one supercar is not enough for a gangster like me. Do you understand, you dickheads? So talked about supercars. As I speak right now, there are people flying our private jets. There are people, billionaires. Oh, but you might literally call out and think, oh, it has nothing to do with me. The rich are rich. They were born that way. No. Do you know that more than 88% of self-made millionaires and billionaires are self-made? Forget about self-made fucking point. You're making excuses to say comfortable, to stay comfortable in the fucking comfort zone, to stay there and just, you don't want to work, you're just lazy. You have to admit that shit. So, I fucked up a bit, but now, back to the point. My mind was drifting a little bit because I'm not making excuses for me to make mistakes. I need to literally think about the things that I'm about to say. I do not overthink at all, I just speak, as you can see now, I'm just speaking off the top of my head, but it's very important to to admit that I'm extremely dedicated. I'm working on the fucking plan. I'm not gonna quit. That's who I am as a person. I've never experienced laziness in my life. I've never experienced, well, yeah, it never crossed my mind to quit. I know that this is gonna be a long path. It's gonna be difficult. I'm gonna hate doing what I'm doing sometimes, but I have to literally be performing regardless. I need to be that guy, because if I don't become that guy, then I'm gonna stay amongst lies. I'm gonna stay amongst peasants, trying to propagate a false version of the world on my mind. I'm not gonna allow them to do that. Every single conversation you have with your friends, family, parents, relatives, it doesn't matter. Colleagues, university friends, it doesn't matter who you talk to. Every single person is lying to you, because they do not want you to experience that new version of reality. They do not want you to experience the real world. You live in a falsified version of the world, which is the poor version of reality. And I explained that. I elaborated on that plenty of times in my previous videos, didn't I? So if you are an OG of mine, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The two versions of the world that I describe: the poor version of reality and the rich version of reality. So that's how I looked at it. But now, I mean, you can literally extrapolate this concept out and come to the conclusion that if you are not rich, you're living in a false version of reality. Because how the fuck can you consider yourself to be living in a true version of reality when there is people out here doing whatever the fuck they want, buying whatever the fuck they want, buying whatever supercar they want? You've never experienced that. You've never experienced it in your fucking life, ever. So, you need to literally get your fucking shit together and work. All I do is work. Doesn't matter. Oh, but you know the quality. How about the quality of this fucking video? This video, I mean, is work to me. Is work, literally. Putting it, my fucking phone is on the laptop. Have a look, motherfuckers. I was writing a document. You may not understand what I was doing, but I was writing some fucking prompts. Prompts. Do prompts make me money? Let's analyze this fucking perspective, because every single decision I have to make has to be directly tied to my income getting increased. So, does it increase my income directly? No, it does not. But I can see the clear link. I can see the path to me doing the things that I'm doing currently, and how this path is gonna add more money into my pocket in the future. Because that's how I base my fucking actions. As a person who left Syria, I only left Syria with one sole purpose in mind. I did not leave Syria because of the war. I did not leave Syria because of Assad. He did not hurt me. Yeah, although I admit it here publicly. Maybe this is the first time I mentioned this on video. My dad served the military in Syria. So he was affiliated with Assad somehow. He was a big fan of him at the beginning of the war. So Assad has been overthrown. This is it. And this fucking conversation is not even related anymore to the new or current political status in the Syrian Arab Republic. So I do not give a shit about any of that. I don't care about the consequences in the future. But no, he was not a spy, but he served the military. He served the Syrian military. So, I mean, he was conscripted and he chose that path. He stayed there for 27 years. That's completely different shit. Completely different subject I don't want to get into. The point that I was trying to make is the following. Me as a person who left Syria, I literally had one sole purpose, which was making money. Because I could not even stand the fact that I was not able to try to become one of the fucking people that I saw on the internet. I paid attention. I'm not gonna even name names, but you can go on YouTube. It doesn't matter what platform or what social media platform you consume content on. You will literally come across millionaires buying supercars. Even when I was in Syria, man, I'll be honest with you, I would literally be trying to discover the functionalities or the features of my Google account. So literally try to enter my payment method or enter my passport. None of it was accessible. None of it was possible. I was like, where the fuck am I living? What is this? I would literally visit some websites and they would ask me for my credit card details. And I was like, credit card? What does that mean? And then I left Syria for that sole purpose, because I knew that I'm so smart of a person in order for me to literally go to uni. I'm extremely smart, and I was not even born to obey. I was not born to be a sheep. I was not born to fall for the formal traps of other fucking agents of society set for me. So I understood from an early age that I need to leave to get rich. And even though in the early stage, my mom doubted me. I do not see. I would literally be sitting there with my mom, sitting there at night having a conversation with my siblings around us. Hey mom, yeah, I have some plans. I mean, I was 16, 15 and a half. Hey mom, yeah, I have some plans to travel in the future. Travel, go abroad and make money, blah blah blah. And she was like, I don't see you leaving Syria in the future. She would doubt me a lot, and she bet that. I mean, I was never gonna leave Syria, and I left anyway, so forget that shit. I left Syria for the purpose of making money. The war, I mean, it didn't bother me. Yeah, although it killed two of my uncles, one from my mother's side and one from my father's side. But me personally, I did not get affected. But I mean, honestly, my father was worried about this thing, and I'm very grateful for him. He paid almost $10,000 for me to get out, let alone I mean, $10,000 for the trip from Libya to Italy. But I mean, prior to that specific point in my history, he paid around how much? 3,000. Literally talking about the embassy fees that I paid for the American embassy in Cairo. I was intending to leave Cairo, so I paid. Ooh, how much was that? 6,000. 6,000. Wait a second. So 6,000 Egyptian pounds equaled at the time maybe $500 or something like that. Yeah, $400.50, something like that. So I remember I spent this fucking money in my expenses in Egypt, where most of them were covered by my father. So I'm very grateful for my father. He almost spent $14,000 on me. So my father understood that I did not need to go to the military. So that's why he wanted me to leave Syria. But the things that I saw in my mind, the things that I saw on the internet, in my mind, I would be sitting there with my family, sitting there and having a talk. And my mind was thinking about the money. My mind was thinking about supercars that I saw on the internet. I could not even stand it. I wanted to try. I just wanted to have an equal chance. And sitting there being lazy, sitting there jerking off, sitting there chasing poor pieces of meat. Maybe this goal is going to be different. How many times did I tell you that you need to stop using buzz names in your fucking vocabulary? Stop using buzz names. Stop thinking in terms of goals. No, there are poor version of realities and rich version of realities. Poor peasants and rich oligarchs. Which team do you want to be on? You need to make a decision, you dickhead. So I cannot even be lazy. I'm not allowed to be lazy. Because I mean, from this fucking background that I came from, if you literally think about it, I mean, my childhood was traumatic, half black, half white. As you can see, I was discriminated against. I was hated most of the times. I was laughed at in school. I'm not even afraid to say that, but these were all the traumatic experiences that happened in my life, in my childhood, in my adulthood as well, that literally made me the man that I am currently. That will make me the man that I will become in the future also. So I do not feel sorry for myself. I never feel any kind of sympathy. I do not even expect sympathy from my enemies. Neither do I expect it from my parents or from the people that I know or from the people that I interact with on a daily basis. So I understand that my attention is extremely high valuable. Yeah, exactly. It's extremely is highly valuable. Let's put it that way. And I do not even need to. I do not even need to make eye contact with peasants. When I'm on the fucking train, maybe this is the first time I say that. When I'm on the train, old people stare. Why doesn't he give a fuck? Because you're all poor, and especially, I would hate to say that, but I have to say it. Especially these fucking poor pieces of meat from the other type. They start looking. For example, here I am, looking. Am I good for him? They think that I want poor pieces of meat. You know, you understood the context here. They think that I care about that shit. They think I ignore them because their poor piece of meat is not my type or is too small. I don't give a fuck who you are. Poor piece of meat. That's who you are. That's it. I came from fucking Syria. You want me to consider you as my equal? You're not even trying hard. You're sitting there wasting time. Yeah, this poor piece of me, that poor piece of me. Let me try to talk to this. Let me check this. Let me chase this person. Let me chase that. Let's have a conversation here. Let's have a jog there. Are you fucking out of your minds? What's wrong with you people? Poor pieces of me. So stop literally looking at things from these perspectives that I described and start looking into things from, I hate to say philosophical, but it probably is philosophical. How can you literally approach the world without you understanding philosophy or without you having your own philosophy on the world? Because that's the whole fucking point of life. I understood that. I understood the importance of philosophy after I denied existence, after I denied the things that I interacted with on a daily basis. I was extremely angry at the fact that I was poor. I was extremely angry at the fact that, I could not make money. I was sitting there in the refugee camp, so I started denying my version of reality. This is fake. This towel is fake. This charger is fake. I wanted to start a company and make money, but I could not. Then I understood what the real world is. The real world is the internet. That's why I exist on YouTube almost, 4 or 5 times a week. That's it. I produce content consistently because I do not give a shit. I want to live in the real world. I don't want to live around peasants. I don't want to talk to poor pieces of me. You're literally just wasting my time. What's the fucking point? That's how we think about it. So for example, if I'm in the gym and someone is interested in introducing themselves to me or initiating a conversation with me, that's how I literally think. And it happened in the past, so I thought about it plenty of times. That's why I'm well practiced in approaching these specific scenarios in life. So they come to me, yeah, okay. Start initiating conversation. What do you have today? Blah blah blah. Talking English. Yeah, this. Boom. Have back and biceps. Boom. Leave. That was weird. Fuck them. Fuck them. Even if they think negatively about me. Oh, but they hate you so much. They think this about you. They say that about you. They laughed at you. Fantastic. I want you to laugh at me. I'm an extremely exceptional individual. I would hate for me to be exceptional. I would hate for me to be better than you. And you're not laughing at me. Or you're not hating me back. Do you understand? Do you understand the beauty here? The beauty of your exceptionalism is that everybody else hates you. Everybody else mocks you. Even if after you fucking die, even if you're the greatest person on the face of the planet, which you're not, but let's assume you are. After you die, there will still be some fucking kind of people who will mock you, who will laugh at you. So, get your shit together, motherfuckers. I have to literally go back to work, back to my laptop, back to dedication, back to pleasing God.